What's up, internet? So I'm talking about amethyst again today. I make a bunch of vlogs about amethyst. I think it's a cool crystal. I tested my rose quartz and my amethyst with a knife because a knife is softer, and there was one point near the bead hole where I was able to get like some purchase and like start sawing, but and it's like a serrated knife, so that would have been possible. But for the most part, like the glassy side, I wasn't able to cut it at all or scratch it at all. So I think it's real. I was doing research on like amethyst mines, and just watching videos of people mining amethyst. And yeah, when they're pulling it out, they're pulling it out. It's a lot of amethyst. So yeah, people said that basically it's like I had this malachite that was fake. It was plastic. And I was like, well, the same place I bought it, I bought this amethyst, right? So is this amethyst fake? And looking at it, I can tell this malachite's fake by looking at it. I can't tell this amethyst is fake by looking at it because it has real inclusions. It's a mix of purple and like silver from the base. So I think it's real. But one of the things that like Reddit and other people said is that to fake amethyst is more costly than amethyst is amethyst is like very rarely ever faked because it's so plentiful. Is that it's like when you're pulling out amethyst, you're pulling out a lot of amethyst. And so yeah, any like real professional mining operation will make mountains of amethyst a day, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's probably real. I hope so. I tried scratching it with glass and it wouldn't scratch. So that means it's harder than glass. I think it looks real. Yeah. And the rose quartz too. So they also said about rose quartz is really common. So they usually don't fake those because it's just, it frustrates me. How did I get, like, these are obviously plastic malachite beads. Like, how did I get that? They were really cheap too. It's like $6 for them. I'm like, really? So I'm kind of risking it again, and I'm getting some kyanite beads. I did a lot of research on what kyanite looks like, and it does have like a gem form. So I think these might be real. It can be polished. So, and then I have a carnelian, and they had like just this like deep red uniform carnelian, and I went with things that look more like Jupiter. It has like the banding of real carnelian. I went with that one. The whole reason I don't usually wear crystals, the whole reason I went on this crystal kick was that amethyst story that I put on an amethyst bracelet I got from online years ago, and it broke, and that day in the parking lot I got robbed, or that next day. And it was like the same spot, and I was like, oh, okay. And so years later I tried to order some and I couldn't get it, right? And so I went to a crystal store and bought an amethyst, and right then like 3 or 4 people came up to me and started talking to me. So it was really weird. Like, I hadn't had people approaching me and talking to me for a long time. And then I buy an amethyst bracelet and suddenly there's 4 people doing it. I just can't believe it, right? It's just so crazy. So, yeah. So I basically like got into them, and I found that all of them are too small for me. Is that if I buy a bracelet, it's going to be too small for me. So I have to get like the raw beads and make my own. Yeah. So I was planning on making like a carnelian like above my ankle, like between my ankle and my calf, making like a carnelian bracelet to fit there. And I measured it last night, and it's 11 inches around right there. So yeah, I have a 15-inch carnelian band coming. So I'll make like, hopefully it'll sit like above the ankle, you know what I mean? And then I have like kyanite for my neck. So I hope that's real. If they would fake it once, if they would sell a bead that was plastic as real, they would lie, right? They would definitely lie about anything else. But it comes down to like the amethyst and the rose quartz are not plastic. They can't be melted. They don't melt. No matter how much you heat them up, they don't like melt like plastic does. And um, yeah, yeah, it's an interesting ruse to lie about malachite, but it means maybe their supplier is a liar. I don't really know what's going on. But yeah, I hope the amethysts and the fucking rose quartz are real. If they're harder than glass and they look real, they might just be real, because it's like it would be harder to get like a super hard glass, and if it was plastic it would melt, it would burn, and they don't burn and they're harder than glass. So it's just weird. Like I sell some crystals, some of them are fake, some of them are real. That's bizarre. Why wouldn't you fake all of them? You know what I mean? It has me weird. But anyway, I was watching amethyst mining, and yeah, it's a ton of stuff. When yeah, they have when it's thick, right? And it's just like geode after geode, rock after rock is freaking a big ass amethyst. So could they make amethyst beads and sell them for $9? Probably, especially if like it gives you something to do with the rough or odd ones. You know, it's not a big showpiece. So yeah, I hope so. I don't think it's glass. Wasn't able to scratch it with metal, and glass doesn't scratch it. It obliterates glass the other way around. It would turn the glass into a fine powder, and it would be unmarred. So yeah, I could show you on camera, but it's just like I don't think you have the fidelity to see it. There's such deep purple, right? But they do have like little white inclusions that make it look like could have been mined, right? So anyway, yeah, I've got a few different types coming, and I'm gonna like get a refund on some of the other ones. But it's all because of like not upping my magical presence, but upping like my protective aura. Like yeah, I was doing like, I don't know what it is, like I have this whole theory that I was being attacked by someone quite strong, or something quite strong. I wasn't powerful enough to stop or change it. So it could be the government. It could be, they've talked about Satan or demons, but I don't know. I don't know that a demon would care about me as much as a man would. It's because of that like turfing quality that men have, is that they don't want other men to touch their stuff or take their glory, right? Is you're gonna, if you're a man on a man's world, you better have a smaller dick, look dumber, have fewer women, and basically look up to them. And so it's like, if you're born and there's people who run the planet like that, you're all gonna get attacked, right? You're all gonna get fucking targeted. And so yeah, that's what I basically was afraid of. And so that's why it's like the person, when my amethyst bracelet broke and somebody robbed me, who robbed me was a man pretending to be my friend, because he's like, hey, let me help you clean your car. Because he saw like there was a little pile of like trash and stuff like that. He's like, that's fine. He just took like bags of trash away. This was like years ago. And it was also when I used to drink cans, because like you can burn other types of rubbish, you can't burn a can. So I would just end up with like mountains of cans in my car. And yeah, but while he did that, he took my video games and my weed. So like I was like, God dang it. So yeah, it's my Breath of the Wild save files. I do not feel the nostalgic connection to Breath of the Wild like I did Legend of Zelda, like Ocarina of Time. I think I beat Twilight Princess. I never played Skyward Sword. I liked the Zelda game. They made an actual Zelda game for once, where it's The Legend of Zelda, but she's never the main character. It's obviously some like play with like, you know, the princess gets stolen by Ganon, the princess gets stolen by Bowser. You, the guy, have to go get them. It's like that primal male thing, like she's my woman, you know, and some monster's gonna take her. But they kind of fuck with you, like Aerith was killed by Sephiroth. Link and Zelda never hook up. It's not even like strongly implied. It's like, it's kind of like they don't have a relationship. So I was really sad when I saw the casting of Link and Zelda. And they made Link a black-haired person, and I was like, no, give us the fucking blonde character. Not every character is blonde. You don't need to ruin it, right? So, golden hair is cool. But anyway, yeah. So I did a lot of research on amethyst, and it's like, these are probably real, and it's probably the reason they were selling fake malachite could have been like a supplier issue. They just maybe like got duped by a supplier. So I think they're real. I think they're real. They weren't scratchable with glass, and they have these like white cloudy inclusions, just like a normal quartz has. It's like, it's not pure purple, it'll turn white. So yeah, bummer. It would be nice to get like an authorized or an authentic dealer of like amethyst beads. So yeah, one of the things they mention is that it's like they stay cool to the touch. So you touch an authentic bead and it's gonna be like cold. I don't know if it's like, if it's on your skin. It's not cold enough for me. Yeah, that's pretty cool to the touch. I don't know, it's annoying. But yeah. I was amazed to see them pulling out genuine citrine. That was something that I thought was surprising. Yeah. Yellow quartz. Yeah. I always thought citrine was cooked amethyst. But it is like these people digging were finding citrines too, like naturally. Yeah. So I've considered that the burning malachite may have been a different brand, but it does like burn and smoke a bit too much too fast. I think it's fucking plastic. So that bothers me so much. Are your fucking crystals real or not? Yeah, a plastic malachite would be like a good way to make money because you don't have to have real malachite, which can be expensive. It should be kind of cheap though. Like he's charging like, I don't know. It's just they don't weigh the right amount. They don't sound the right thing when they clack against each other. It doesn't sound right. It's like, yeah, I tested it with fire. I tested it with how it looked inside. I tested it with like, and slapping them against each other. Like, what does the real thing sound like? What does the bead sound like? So yeah, I determined it was fake. So someone can say real, genuine, and it's not real or genuine. And then I went back, and that's kind of the story, is I bought more. I went to a different dealer, and I got some carnelians that looked like banded like carnelian, and I got them. They had these other carnelians that were like deep, deep, deep red. Maybe lab grown, but they're definitely like really, really, really red. Yeah. Scammers. You should just be honest. It's an imitation. It's real. No, they say it's real, so you'll pay more. See, it's like all these things come down to just like, but money. But money. Like, I noticed you're a lot more likely to get sued if you have money. You're a lot more likely to, just like social media doesn't want to give you any free views or likes. It's like you gotta pay them. They actually are offended by people using it for free. It's like freeloader. Hey, I've been giving before. But yeah, I'm wearing this rose quartz I think is real. I think it's real. I can't scratch it with glass, and it's really hard to scratch with a knife. I think it's real. Looks real. It's like cloudy, various colored. Yeah. The malachite's not even a good fake. It looks like it's not heavy enough. That's the thing, is it's too light. Real malachite will like attract electricity. This stuff does not. It like repels electricity. And it smokes. So this stuff doesn't smoke. I can light it, but it's like, how do I know it's not glass? How do I know it's not a glass imitation? See, to make glass that's hardness number 7 is you have to put it in either a molten salt bath, which I don't imagine is like infinitely cheap. You have to do something. You have to like, it's a type of like superheated process, and then you can have a hardness 7. So did they just mirror quartz's hardness with a special glass tempering technique? I don't know, right? And then they would have to artistically include things like it's part purple, part white. I think the carnelians are real. They have like imperfections and banding and stuff like that. They look real, I hope. So yeah, there's lifelike painters. There's people who can mimic, who can do photorealism. You can do photorealism. So if they can do photorealism, they can make a fake look real. So yeah, there's been a lot of theories that like so-called famous paintings, like is the Mona Lisa that good? No, the Mona Lisa's a piece of crap. But given the politics and their desire to prop up their guy, yeah, they're gonna make it seem really good. But yeah, they would have no reason to fake amethyst because they can pull it out in freaking chunks. They can pull it out in massive quantities. And it does have some imperfections that look like how it looks. I've seen real amethyst before. So I hope they're real. Right. The rose quartz was helpful though. Yeah, I'd been living for several years. Like I bought that amethyst and like 3 people came up and talked to me. And then I got rose quartz. I put 1 rose quartz on. And I had a girl I like flirt with me, which was awesome. Right. The ideal in love, the dark side of love is someone likes you but you don't like them. Or you like someone and they don't like you. That's like, that's not good, right? But this was like someone I liked, right? And they liked me, and they like looked over their shoulder at me, and then they smiled at me. And then as I was walking up to put my stuff down, they were like spinning circles around me and like doing like really being cute. Which was like, I felt it was directed at me. It was like flirting with me. And I was like, just like this, like 3 people who came up to me and talked to me at once. I was like, this hasn't happened in a while. And the difference was I was wearing rose quartz, right? I've owned rose quartz. I very rarely, like, some people say you could put it in your pocket or wear it as jewelry. I think it has to touch your skin. It's like, yeah, if you want the aura effect. So I made a second rose quartz bracelet and I'm wearing it. And there's just like this thing inside of me, like, is this shit fake? I believe the crystal does have magic powers, right? Like, it does something to your aura. It's like people would have to understand like manifestation and synchronicity to understand like what exactly it does. But there's that part is like the malachite was fake. So here's something about the malachite. I often accuse money of being printed at your debt and taxed. And green is generally associated with like money and finances. So here's the question with the malachite. Is it fake because that's what I say often? Did I get a fake because I'm often complaining about it? Or did I get a fake because they're all fucking fake? You know, that one side where it's like, until I know the fucking faking technique, I don't know the faking technique. What if there's a technique to fake it and literally no one knows and it's fooling everyone, right? But what I was seeing when I was researching digging amethyst is I saw amateurs doing it and they pulled up rock after rock after rock. If you're in a spot where amethyst is, you're going to find big chunks of it over and over and over and over again. So yeah, it seemed conceivable to me that they could make, you know, a bag of amethyst beads for $9, and that would be like something a sophisticated operation does. Is they dig a huge mine and they have massive yields, and then they, you know, they sell the big pieces and all the little chunks get turned into like beads or whatever. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The malachite would burn, and maybe it's a different type of malachite, because that's the thing about malachite is it does burn. It turns black, but it's just like one burned a lot easy, the other didn't burn at all. And so I'm like, if it's not fake, it's obviously like a totally different brand. But yeah, it's probably fake. These bastards. Faking crystals. It annoys me. So yeah. But that's the story, is even though I hit something that was fake, you know, I'm still going to try to move on and keep doing it. Ideally, you know, it's going to be, I'm going to hit a big gem show and get like a real authorized dealer to sell me some beads. But I can't buy like a pre-strung bracelet or anything. That's going to be too freaking loose. And if I had a neck piece, I would not want the necklace to be like loose either. Or not too loose. The bracelets are too tight. I wouldn't want the neck piece to be loose at all. I want the beads to be like perfect number of beads and tight on my neck. Right. So, but yeah, I'm tired, man. Had some kids rolling around on their motorcycles earlier. It rained a lot earlier. Everything's still wet now. Oh, it was lightninging last night. Like really, really crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's like if the amethyst can like dispel some of these negative properties, and if the rose quartz can attract to me love, then uh, I'm thinking about like money crystals, um, like peridot. I had a peridot ordered by the same people that sold me the malachite, and I canceled it. I canceled all the ones that I was getting from that company. Like, come on, really? If you would sell one type of fake bead, how the fuck do I know if the rest of them are real? I don't. Right? So, yeah, on a hardness test into my eye, it looks real. But I still don't know, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people said, is they said it's so abundant that to fake it is actually more expensive. And that was the thing that made me feel good. Is like, maybe it's just a business decision, right? Let's sell some fake malachite. They want it. Crow suddenly shows up. It's a big bird. Yeah, these animals are wary of people because that's a whole ass meal. And this chicken sized. So, alright. I'm gonna leave you a chicken when I leave. They know I'm good energy. This butterfly taps the middle of my windshield as soon as I say that. Yeah, it was lightning flashing though last night. It was like soundless. And then I tried to order more beads, and then this big thunder struck. The very second I did that, I ended up canceling them all by the morning. So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking this is real amethyst. Because it's like, it's high quality, but it also has like silver inclusions. And if it's really true that it's more expensive to fake it, then it's probably real. It was a lot more expensive than the malachite. So, yeah, these are also labeled 8mm beads, and they're a lot smaller than 8mm. So, yeah, sad. I don't know what the issue is. It's probably a supplier, but I brought it right up to Amazon. You know, the beads cost me $6. They gave me a $25 credit for it. So, yeah, I tested the credit. It works. Anything I buy will be $25 off. So, and I'm getting a refund on the beads. So, yeah, but I won't be able to collect them till tomorrow. Tomorrow is my hotel day. I'm gonna have a hotel, and bird couple, and I'm going to I'm gonna pick up all my stuff. Pick up all my stuff and do all my returns probably tomorrow morning. Tomorrow when I get to the hotel, I'm going to use that chance. I got a bucket, right? I got a couple buckets. I'm going to use my bucket and some soap and wash my clothes. Got a few items of clothes that got dirty. Yeah, it's pretty awesome with like rent and stuff like that. Rent was costing me $25 a day. So I always figure that if it's like if I can get a $50 hotel room once a week, then 25 times 7, that's basically almost $200. And so I'm saved $175 and spent, so I saved $125 a week. That's not bad. Do you need to shower every day? So anyway, yeah, I hope my amethyst beads are freaking real. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. I was most interested that they were digging up real citrines. That was the thing that was making me interested, because there was this rumor that like all the citrines are amethyst that's been baked. And yeah. So I tried making my amethyst really hot, and they didn't melt. Yeah, the malachite smoked immediately, and this didn't. So it's probably just a source. They probably have like different sources, and they can't tell what's real or not, and so they're like, yeah. But they definitely did sell some plastic beads as real malachite, which has me totally bothered. It's like freaking the president's going to Pedo Island and the freaking beads are fake, and it's just like. But yeah, I did notice like a big difference when I started wearing amethyst, and then I noticed a bigger difference when I started wearing rose quartz. So I have like 2 rose quartz bracelets on just for that extra like aura effect. Got a carnelian coming. I'm trying with the kyanite. I hope it's real kyanite. Like one of the ways you could tell is like crack it open and look at how it looks on the inside next to like some raw stuff. Yeah. And so then you could make like a determination, like this is probably real or not. So yeah. I hope it is real. That's all I gotta talk about. Real or fake gems for sale. Could they sell a real sometimes and a fake other times? Or if they sell one fake, are they all fake? That's the question. Yeah. Is it legit sometimes and fake other times? My instincts are no. My instincts, if it's fake at all, it's always fake. So the only way I could imagine that it's real sometimes and fake sometimes is if like they have a supplier. They don't really know what's happening. They get something labeled something and someone lied along the way, right? A provider misinformed them. But if they know, then it may as well just all be fake. So annoying.